morning, students. See, yesterday I told you, students, regarding the wave properties. Basically, wave is characterized by wavelength, wave velocity, and wave frequency. And also I told you yesterday amplitude, okay, and also wave number. And with this, I just told you yesterday that we'll start with the electromagnetic spectrum or electromagnetic radiation. So in this figure you are observing, okay. So above one, 10 raised to 26. Okay, this is regarding cosmic rays, right? Then next gamma rays, X rays, UV rays, infrared rays, microwaves, FM radio waves, AM, and even long radio waves. What you are observing? 10 raised to 26 to 10 raised to 0. Above one you are observing, that is a frequency. Okay, decreasing order of what? That is a frequency. And if you go in this way, generally, increasing order of that is wavelength. Decreasing frequency and increasing that is wavelength. Okay, increasing wavelength. That means the various electromagnetic radiations like cosmic rays, gamma rays, X rays, UV rays, IR rays, microwaves, okay, and radio waves and long radio waves. How they are arranged? According to their increasing wavelength. What you are observing here, 10 raised to minus 18 to 10 raised to plus 8. Increasing wavelength and decreasing frequency is called electromagnetic spectrum. Okay, electromagnetic spectrum, right? So here the highest, the radiations with the highest frequency are cosmic rays, okay, and the lowest frequency are radio waves, whereas the radiations with the highest, that is wavelength, highest wavelength are radio waves and lowest wavelength are cosmic rays. And in between you are observing visible region, okay, it lies between the range of 400 nanometer to 700 nanometers. There you are observing our actual, that is spectrum. So this is the information regarding electromagnetic spectrum, students. If they ask you what are electromagnetic radiations and electromagnetic spectrum is, you should be able to tell that it is the arrangement of various electromagnetic waves like cosmic rays, gamma rays, X rays, UV rays, infrared rays, microwaves, okay, radio waves, okay, and even long radio waves, according to their increasing wavelength and decreasing frequency is called electromagnetic spectrum. Okay, right. Now these electromagnetic spectrum or electromagnetic waves, right, what are the properties? They are, all these electromagnetic waves, they are perpendicular to each other, that means every this spectrum has two fields, one electric field and one magnetic field, and these electrical and magnetic fields both are perpendicular to each other, 90 degree to each other. Not only that, even they are also perpendicular to the propagation of the wave, okay, propagation of the wave, and each one electromagnetic waves are having different wavelength and different frequencies, and they do not need any medium for their propagation. They travel in vacuum without any medium with the speed of light, that is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meters per second, okay, and each one is expressed in different units. So these are just properties of electromagnetic waves, right? So that's about what we called as electromagnetic waves, right? So after understanding electromagnetic radiations and electromagnetic waves, right? So students, let us will understand with the help of this what is black body radiation. What is black body radiation? Let us will go for black body radiation. to understand black body radiation, we have to use the particular this graph, a graph of intensity versus wavelengths. Intensity versus the wavelength is plotted. Okay, right, but before that I will tell you what is actually black body radiation. Black body radiation. So what is this black body radiation? Okay. See, a body which emits or absorbs, right? A body which emits or absorbs all kinds of frequencies, all kinds of frequencies of light, okay, is called black body. It's called black body, and radiations emitted are called black body radiation. Black body radiation. Okay, right. Now this black body radiation, that means in this black body radiation, that is a frequency distribution, the exact frequency distribution of emitted radiations. I repeat, the exact frequency distribution of emitted radiations. Okay, that is the graph of intensity versus wavelength. It depends upon the temperature, where T stand for here temperature, right? Okay, that means if the exact frequency distribution of emitted radiations for a given element, if it depends upon its temperature, definitely depends upon the temperature. Now you are observing the graph, that is intensity versus the wavelength. We are observing here. See, as wavelength increases, see from 0 to 1000 nanometers, 2000 nanometers, right, 3000 nanometers. What is happening here? The intensity increases. Okay, intensity increases. That means intensity increases. You are observing. Please try to come over here. Intensity increases and reaches maximum. Okay, this point is called maximum. When the intensity increases, when temperature increases. Okay, that means if you go across this, if you pass across here, wavelength is decreasing. Means with a decrease in wavelength, intensity increases and reaches maximum at a given wavelength. This is called maximum at a given wavelength. And then even if you decrease further wavelength, what is happening? Once again it decreases and reaches minimum. Okay, that means the intensity of intense radiation increases with decrease in wavelength. That means inversely proportional to wavelength. Reaches maximum. See, in both the cases, reaches maximum. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. Okay, wavelength ಈ ಕಡೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಕಡಿಮೆ. As the wavelength decreases, intensity increases, reaches maximum at a given wavelength. And further if you decrease, ಮತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ full ಈ ಕಡೆ ಹೋದಾಗ, if you decrease the wavelength, once again, see, it is decreasing and decreasing. Means it is inversely proportional to wavelength, but directly depends upon the temperature. See, this black body radiation, these two important information will help us in further understanding photoelectric effect. ನೋಡಿ ಇದರಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಫೋಟೋ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಎರಡು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗ್ತವೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ intensity of light ನೋಡಿ, intensity of light is inversely proportional to wavelength but depends upon the temperature. Those 2 points have to remember. Okay, right, that's only information you can get it from this what we call it as intensity wavelength relationship curve. Okay, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ frequency distribution curve ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. It is called frequency distribution curve. Right, once again I will repeat, what is black body radiation? A body which emits or absorbs all kinds of frequencies of light is called black body, and radiation emitted are called as black body radiations, right? And when you plot the graph of intensity versus wavelength, that is exact frequency distribution curve. From here you are observing, as the wavelength decreases, if you move from this towards this side, okay, intensity increases, reaches maximum, then it also decreases with further decrease in the wavelength. Hence, see here, written here, T2 is greater than T1. That means if the temperature increases, intensity of light of that intense radiation will be maximum. Right? That's what T2 greater than T1. Right. Now, that after understanding black body radiation and electromagnetic spectrum or radiations, what is the definition of electromagnetic spectrum, students? It is the arrangement of various electromagnetic waves like cosmic rays, okay, then UV rays, gamma rays, right, X rays, visible rays, infrared rays, radio waves. How? According to their increasing order of wavelength and decreasing order of frequency is called electromagnetic spectrum or electromagnetic radiations. And all these are called as electromagnetic waves because they are characterized by two fields. One is electric field and one is magnetic field. And these electric field and magnetic fields of these electromagnetic waves, they are perpendicular to each other. Not only perpendicular, even they are perpendicular to their what? Propagation of the wave or wave propagation. And they all travel with the speed of light, 3 into 10 raised to 8 meters per second. And they do not require any medium for their propagation, and they are having different wavelengths and different frequencies. Okay, as you already know from that picture, right? Then afterwards, these all that is electromagnetic waves, they are used to express in different units, right? These are the definition I given you. And lastly, this black body radiation, a body which emits or absorbs all kinds of frequencies of light is called black body radiation, and radiation emitted by them are called black body radiation. And to understand the exact frequency distribution curve, when you plot a graph of intensity versus wavelength, the intensity of intense light reaches maximum with a decrease in wavelength, reaches maximum at a given temperature, and also once again decreases further with further decrease in the wavelength, showing that it is inversely proportional but depends on temperature. That means directly proportional to temperature but inversely proportional to wavelength. Right. So that's about black body radiation and information from this intensity versus wavelength curve. Okay. Right. Now afterwards, Max Planck has given explanation for this black body radiation. He has tried to explain about this black body radiation. Okay, now let us go on to next one, Planck's quantum theory with this black body radiation concept. Okay. After this particular electromagnetic spectrum of the black body and conclusions from the black body radiations. Conclusions from the black body radiations. Now let us will go for Planck's quantum theory. Planck's quantum theory. See, Max Planck has given his theory, put forward his theory to explain how these electromagnetic radiations or waves, they will propagate. Okay, and this was given by the Max Planck. Let us see the postulates. What are the postulates of Planck's quantum theory. So it is mainly based on three postulates. Postulates of the Planck's quantum theory. ನೋಡಿ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತಗಳು ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ ಅಥವಾ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಎನರ್ಜಿನೂ ಅನ್ಬೋದು. ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಮಿಟೆಡ್ or absorbed or that is propagated. Now radiation is emitted, absorbed or propagated discontinuously in the form of small discrete bundles or packets of energy called quanta or photons. ನೋಡಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಸ್ಟುಲೇಟ್ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಕ್ ಹೌ ರೇಡಿಯೇಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ, ಹೌ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಈಸ್ ಎಮಿಟೆಡ್. ನೋಡಿ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಲಿಬರೇಟೆಡ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ, ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಬ್ಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಪ್ರೊಪಗೇಟೆಡ್. ಹೌ discontinuously, not continuously, discontinuous in the form of what? Small discrete bundles or packets of energy. Okay, are called as what? Quanta. Quanta not plural. When you consider electron, we use as quanta. Singular is quantum, plural is quanta. Right? Like that, if you consider basic unit of light, that is photon. Therefore, photons. If you consider electrons, it is quantum. That is quanta. Right? But if you use the term light, it is photon. If you use the term electron, it is quanta. Like this, radiation is emitted or absorbed or propagated discontinuously, not continuously. Not discontinuously in the form of small discrete bundles or packets of energy called quanta, or that is photons. Okay, this is first one. Okay, then next, energy associated with quantum of radiation. Energy associated with the quantum of radiation is calculated by using relation, that is E is equal to h nu. Okay, but energy associated with the quantum is calculated by using relation E is equal to h nu, where h is Planck's constant and nu is frequency of radiation. And third postulate, the body emits or absorbs. Okay, the body emits or absorbs energy in the form of integral multiples of quanta. Or energy is emitted by the body in the form of what? Integral multiples of quanta. That is nothing but E is equal to n into h nu. Okay, integer multiple. Okay, like this, Planck's quantum theory. Max Planck has given he has tried to explain about the characteristics or properties of these electromagnetic radiations. Now, all electromagnetic radiations, andre cosmic rays, gamma rays, UV rays, visible rays, okay, amele radio waves, right? All these the radiation, they emit energy. How emit energy is emitted or radiation is emitted or absorbed or propagated discontinuously, not continuously, in the form of small discrete bundles or packets of energy called quanta or photons. Okay. Now I will repeat. The basic unit of electron is quantum, whereas light is photon. Okay. Plurally quanta and photons. Then question arises: how to calculate energy associated with this quantum or photon? That is given by Planck's equation, E is equal to h nu, where h is Planck's constant, nu is frequency of radiation. Next, the body emits or absorbs energy. How? Or radiation is emitted or absorbed how? In the form of integral multiples of quanta, where n is quantum number. It can take the value integers like 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Okay? Right. Like this, the Planck's quantum theory is based upon the three postulates. Now, generally for theory purpose, this will be asked for 2 marks. Write the postulates of Planck's quantum theory. Right. Now, I will give the value of Planck's constant h. Value of Planck's constant h. Planck's constant. Now its value is 6.627 into 10 raised to minus 34 joules into second. Okay? Right. Note joules into second. ನೋಡಿ ಇದನ್ನೇ ನೀವು CGS ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ 6.627 into 10 raised to minus 27 ergs into second, or ನೋಡಿ 6.627 into 10 raised to minus 27 ergs into second. Now this value they will ask you for KCET, Karnataka CET. Please remember exclusively for CET purpose. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ joules per second ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. Don't make that mistake. It is joules into second. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೋಡಿ ergs into second. ನೋಡಿ 1 joule is 10 raised to 7 ergs. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ minus 34 joules into second. In CGS unit ಅಲ್ಲಿ it is 10 raised to minus 27 ergs into second. This is in SI system and this is in the CGS system. These are the values. But they may ask you either in CGS or in the SI unit. But preferably in NCERT, we'll use SI system only. Right? So please try to remember the students. Right? Notice what is H? H is Planck's constant. Okay, that is standard Planck's constant with the value 6.627 into 10 raised to minus 34. Sorry, 6.634 into 10 raised to minus 34 joules into second. Right. So that's about Planck's quantum theory and the postulates of the Planck's quantum theory. Right. Now, after understanding electromagnetic waves, their definitions, their properties, right? Then definition of black body radiation and some conclusion from the graph of intensity versus frequency, right? From the black body radiation and Planck's quantum theory postulates. Now let us move on to next what, that is to know the particle nature of electron. As I told you, electron is dual in nature. It travels like a wave and particle in nature. Until now what we have studied, these are all the wave nature of electron. Means electron travels like a wave, means it is characterized by wavelength, wave frequency and wave velocity. Already I told you yesterday with definitions also. Okay. Notice the wave nature of actually electrons or any light is given practically proved through. Notice you have studied in high school reflection, refraction, okay, interference, diffraction and dispersion. These are practical proof to show the wave nature of light or electron. And repeat: reflection, refraction, diffraction, dispersion and interference. Okay, but particle nature ನೋಡಿ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಡ್ಯುಯಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್, ಎರಡು ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ತೋರಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಡ್ಯುಯಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ particle nature is shown by practically photoelectric effect. So that's why now we'll continue next what, the particle nature of light or the electron, that is what, photoelectric effect. Okay, now until what is studied all the wave properties. Basically that's why wave means that's all, it will show upward displacement, downward displacement, height of the wave, or depth of the wave. Height of the wave crest, depth of the wave is called trough. The distance between two adjacent crest or trough is called wavelength, expressed in meters. Then the number of waves passing through a given point in 1 second is a wave frequency. But the distance travelled by the wave in 1 second is called what? That is wave velocity. That is meters per second. And number of wavelengths per unit length is called wave number. That is nu bar, right? Or that is reciprocal of the wavelength. So like this, in the studies class I given you the basic characteristics of a wave. That is wavelength, wave velocity, wave frequency, okay, wave number, and also amplitude. Amplitude is either maximum upward displacement or downward displacement of wave, which will give you information about what? The brightness of all these electromagnetic radiation. Note again, measurement material, intensity or brightness of electromagnetic radiation. Okay, that's about cosmic rays, okay, gamma rays, X-rays, UV rays, visible rays, okay, radio waves, like that. Okay, now we'll go for the particle nature of this electron or light, which is called photoelectric effect. Right. So after understanding Planck's quantum theory, black body radiation, right, even the electromagnetic spectrum, now we shall move on to photoelectric effect. What is this photoelectric effect? Photoelectric effect can be understood practically also, right, with this particular, that is, diagram. Just I will show you how it is practically demonstrated also. Okay. Okay, so this is, see, when you pass a light of suitable frequency, right, on the metal surface, and what you are observing, this diagram, when light of suitable frequency is incident on the metal surface, okay. See, electrons are ejected out. And they will move in this particular direction and they will hit this negative end of the electron, which is nothing but this is called as what? Detector. Okay. And this is positively charged, and metal what we have taken is negatively charged. And it is a battery, that is a source. What here given. See here, students. See, this is a practical, that is demonstration of photoelectric effect. Generally, first I will give you definition of photoelectric effect. What is photoelectric effect? See, photoelectric effect is nothing but it is a phenomenon of spontaneous emission of electrons, or ejection of electrons from what? Metal surface. When light of suitable frequency is incident on the surface of metal or metal surface, that is called photoelectric effect. I'll repeat. When the spontaneous emission or ejection of electron from the surface of metal or metal surface, when light of suitable frequency is incident on the metal surface, is called photoelectric effect. Generally, this photoelectric effect is given by, or it is exhibited by, metals, especially alkali metals. Alkali metals, or in general metals with lower ionization energy, or we can tell, to be more precise, lowest ionization energy. ನೋಡಿ ಯಾವ ಮೆಟಲ್ಸ್ಗೆ lower ionization energy ಇರುತ್ತೆ, electrons are easily ejected from the metal surface. ನೋಡಿ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಈಗ ಜನರಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಲಿಥಿಯಂ, ಸೋಡಿಯಂ, ಪೊಟ್ಯಾಸಿಯಂ, ರುಬಿಡಿಯಂ, cesium. ನೋಡಿ ಏನಂತಾರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ periodic table, ಏನಂತಾರೆ alkali metals ಅಂತಾರೆ. These are called what? Alkali metals. Alkali metals. ನೋಡಿ Li plus, Na plus, K plus, Rb plus, Cs plus. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡೌನ್ ದ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಹೋದಂಗೆ ನೋಡಿ ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ನಂಬರ್ 3, 11, okay, 19, right, then 37 and 55. But if you go down the group, ionization energy decreases. Andre the energy which is required to remove the outermost electron from the isolated gaseous atom is called ionization energy. Ionization energy decreases with the increase in the atomic size. Okay, if just light falls on rubidium and cesium metal, if light falls on rubidium and cesium metal, electrons are spontaneously ejected out. They are ejected out, and that phenomena is called, that is what, photoelectric effect. Okay, so that's why rubidium and cesium are the metals which are having lowest ionization energy, are generally used in photo cells. Nodi photo cells. For 1 marks theory question it is very important, and even for CET also it is important. Okay, so the metals, name the metals used in photo cells. If they ask you, then you should be able to tell that what are those, rubidium and cesium. Right, now just I will try to give you practical demonstration of this photoelectric effect with this diagram. ನೋಡಿ ಈ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ just I will tell you photoelectric effect, how we will practically feel it. Okay, see here. When light of suitable frequency is incident on metal surface, ನೋಡಿ whatever metal is taken, they are taken as cathode, which is negatively charged, and a detector which is a anode, positively charged. When light of suitable frequency strike the metal surface, electrons are ejected out. ನೋಡಿ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು, and they will move towards oppositely charged, positively charged end. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು they will hit it. Whether they are electrons are ejected or not, that you can detect by using what, this deflection in the, what is, this is called as ammeter. ನೋಡಿ ammeter ಅಂತಾರೆ. There is a deflection in the ammeter, that means showing that electrons are ejected out. As a result, current flows through the element. Like this, this is a practical, what we call it as this demonstration of photoelectric effect. Now, this, what you are observing, this tube is called evacuated chamber, evacuated discharge tube. There is no any medium here. Okay, when you take this evacuated chamber and when you just place a metal with the lowest ionization energy, either rubidium or cesium, when you pass a light of suitable frequency, strike it, electrons are ejected out, they will hit the detector, and that is noticed by the ammeter. As a result, the current will flow due to movement of the electrons. Okay, and usually this character is given by alkali metals, especially alkali metals of especially rubidium and cesium. Other metals, higher ionization energy, they won't have this photoelectric effect. Okay, so that's about the practical, that is information. Then lastly, after this diagram, I will try to give you observations of this photoelectric effect. What are the observations of photoelectric effect experiment? Okay. Observations. Observations of this photoelectric effect experiment. The first one, for a particular metal, okay, for a particular, that is metal, there is some minimum frequency with which electrons are ejected out. Electrons are ejected out from the metal surface. From the metal surface is called threshold frequency. Threshold frequency. Okay, this is called a threshold frequency, which is denoted as mu naught. Okay, light less than this threshold frequency will not responsible for the photoelectric effect to occur. Okay, and then when you pass light less than this threshold frequency, electrons will not eject out, will not come out, will not liberate from the metal surface. Therefore, first very important observation, for a particular metal there is some minimum frequency with which electrons are ejected out. That means when you incident at light, that should have at least this frequency with which electrons are coming out, ejected out from the metal surface. That is called threshold frequency. Light lower than this frequency, there is no possibility of photoelectric effect. Okay, right. Then after ejecting electrons, the kinetic energy of emitted electrons. See, these points are very important, students, especially the kinetic energy of emitted electrons, liberated electrons. Okay, depends on frequency. Depends on frequency of incident light. Frequency of incident light, but not on the intensity of light. Intensity of light. Notice, that means when electrons are ejected out, energy is not lost. That is, you will observe in the form of what? Kinetic energy. Now the energy associated with the moving bodies is called kinetic energy, right? That's why the kinetic energy of emitted electrons, liberated electrons, depends on what? Depends on the frequency of incident light, but not on the intensity of light. Now the intensity of light brightness mele illa, but other frequency mele depend. Okay, right. Very important information, observation you have to remember. And third one, the number of electrons ejected from the metal surface depends on what? Depends on intensity. Depends on intensity of light, but not on the frequency of incident light. Not intensity of light, directly proportional to intensity of light. Now electrons metal surface ಇಂದ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರೋದು intensity ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್, frequency ಮೇಲೆ ಅಲ್ಲ. But in electron ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬಂದಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, kinetic energy associated with the liberated electron depends upon the frequency of incident light. These are the very three important observations as given by this particular photoelectric effect as given by the Planck. Okay, that is Planck. Right. That means we have understood that today definition of electromagnetic waves, right? Electromagnetic radiations are waves, their properties, then black body radiation definition, their properties, and some conclusion, intensity frequency curve. Okay. Then students, now just with the help of that we also understood before, that is Planck's quantum theory, postulates of the Planck's quantum theory. Then I given you definition of photoelectric effect, and these are the observations of photoelectric effect. What are the observations for a particular metal, there is some minimum frequency with which electrons are ejected out from the metal surface. That is called threshold frequency. And the kinetic energy of emitted electrons depends on the frequency of incident light, but not on the intensity of light. The number of electrons ejected out from the metal surface depends on intensity of light, but not on the frequency of the light. So in order to explain these observations, even that is Planck's quantum, that means Planck's explanation of the photoelectric effect using Planck's quantum theory. Now, after understanding this particular observations of photoelectric effect, now this can also be explained on the basis of the explanation of this photoelectric effect. Explanation of this photoelectric effect, okay, using Planck's quantum theory. Explanation by Planck's quantum theory. Okay. Right. Using Planck's quantum theory, Einstein has given explanation for the above observations. What are those? See, the first one, every metal, I told you already. Okay? In every metal, electrons are held in the nucleus. Electrons are held in the nucleus by some attractive force. To overcome that force, we need some energy. So that energy is called what? Threshold energy, which is also here considered as what? Work function. Okay? Alright. See, the first one, the energy which is required to remove the electrons. Okay, remove the electrons from the attractive force. Is called work function, which is nothing but W naught is equal to H nu naught. And this work function is different for different metals. It is different for different metals. Please remember. Okay, different for different metals. Right. That means, see, metals, you know that they are already solid in state, and they are held. That means constituent ions are held by some attractive force. To overcome that force, we need energy. That energy is called work function, and it is different for different metals. Okay. Then once again, second one, the minimum frequency. The minimum frequency with which electrons are ejected out. Is called okay, that is threshold frequency. Threshold frequency, which is nothing but H nu naught. Please remember. Right? Then, condition for photoelectric effect. Third one, if incident frequency is greater, okay, if incident frequency is greater than threshold frequency, then photoelectric effect occurs. Okay, that means that is h nu greater than h nu naught. And lastly, just I will try to wind it up. Fourth one, if incident frequency h nu is less than h nu naught, threshold frequency, okay, then photoelectric effect does not occur. Photoelectric effect does not occur. Okay, this is how he has given 4 explanations for the using Planck's quantum theory, which was given by Einstein. Okay, that means every metal, see, in every metal, the electrons, they are held by some attractive force. The energy which is required to overcome that attractive force is called work function. It is different for different metals. And minimum frequency with which electrons are ejected from the metal surface is called threshold frequency. If the light lower than this frequency, photoelectric effect does not occur. That's why, which are very important. Please remember, if h nu is greater than h nu naught, then only photoelectric effect occurs. If it is incident frequency h nu is less than the threshold frequency, then photoelectric effect does not occur. Right? So lastly, see, now the liberated kinetic energy, the kinetic energy of the liberated electron is not wasted. Instead, the kinetic energy, okay, the kinetic energy is a sum combination energy of photon. So lastly we will write it up. Energy of photon is equal to energy of photon is equal to work function plus kinetic energy of liberated electrons. Okay, kinetic energy of photoelectrons. Kinetic energy of photoelectron. Right. Now energy of the photon, we can tell it as kinetic energy. Work function is h nu naught plus kinetic energy half mv square. This is. And energy of incident photon is just nothing but h nu. And lastly, just we calculate the kinetic energy, that is half mv square, then you can just make finally half mv square is equal to h nu minus h nu naught. This is the final equation, which can also be written as Ke is equal to h nu minus h nu naught. Okay, so that's why if nu is greater than nu naught, photoelectric effect occurs. Nu greater than nu naught. Nu less than nu naught, photoelectric effect does not occurs. Okay, I repeat, photoelectric effect occurs, and here does not occur, means photoelectric effect does not occur. This is all about today what we have completed. So black body radiation, electromagnetic waves and particle nature, that is called photoelectric effect. Okay, this lastly we will wind it up. The energy with which electrons are to overcome that attractive force, we need work function. It is different for different metals. And the minimum frequency with which electrons are ejected out, it is called threshold frequency. Okay, it is also different for different metals. Okay, then the liberated electron, the kinetic energy of liberated electron is not wasted. Therefore, energy of incident photon is equal to work function plus kinetic energy of photoelectron. That is h nu, Planck's quantum theory. H nu naught, threshold frequency, half mv square, kinetic energy. Therefore, K is equal to h nu minus h nu naught. Say nu minus nu naught means definitely nu, if it nu is greater than nu naught, incident frequency greater than threshold frequency, then photoelectric effect occurs. If it is less than threshold frequency, does not occur. Right, this is all about the explanation given by Einstein using photoelectric effect. So in this part, just we will have for theory 2 marks definition and name the metals used in photocells, that is rubidium and cesium. And it's very important condition, especially for the CET and NEET. Please try to remember. Very important condition for photoelectric effect. Please remember this. And for problems, you have to remember this particular formula. Okay. The next class, I will try to solve the problems. Right. Thank you, students. Jagdish, off mat.
camera
ಬಂದ್ ಮಾಡು.
ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ